Hello everyone, Dimitri is here, and in today's video I want to address a very common question that came up since I published my own piece before now. You can listen to the piece on Spotify, you can also listen to it here on YouTube. But the question that I get very often about this piece is how to phrase different parts of it. Now, I selected one of the, let's say, more difficult parts. The beginning of the piece is rhythmically a little bit more challenging for some people. But from bar 18, you can, by the way, purchase the score as well if you want to play the piece. From bar 18, it becomes technically, there is a certain challenge there. And so a lot of people find that particular spot also difficult to phrase. And so I wanted to walk you through quickly how I think about phrasing it and how, to me, it sounds really beautiful. Let's get into it. Bar 18 goes like this. And so on. So the question, let's address the question immediately. How do you phrase this part? To me, it is very simple. There are, of course, different options, but how I think about phrasing this piece is basically I like to decrease the sound. I like thinking in decrescendo. So that would mean that when I start bar 18, I would play a little bit louder and I would decrease. Then halfway through bar 18, I would pick it up a little bit again, decrease, and then I would do the same in bar 19. So the way I think about it is every time I hear a different harmony, I like that harmony to be heard a little bit more, to have a little bit more substance, and after that decrease it, because what happens then is when you decrease, if you don't keep on playing loud, if you decrease, what's going to happen is the piece is going to sound lighter. And I find that to be very beautiful because, look, I can give you two different options. I can do a few bars of playing only loud, only even, and an option where you actually get the decrescendo, the decreasing in sound, and you will see the difference. So the first one, I would just play evenly without changing the dynamic. The other option would be what I believe fits really nice with this piece, decreasing the sound. I don't know if that comes across through these microphones, but I think it will come across enough for you to hear the difference. And so that makes it, to me, sound very light and very exciting. And then every time that a new harmony pops, in 18 you get, halfway through 18 you get, and 19, and then if you play them, so every time that a new harmony comes, it's really nice to hear that a little bit more, and after that decrease the tension by releasing some tension and making it nice and light. Because I don't want to leave you only with a general idea of decreasing sound, I want to give you a little secret on how this can sound really good, how it's going to be really convincing. It's not about hitting just the first note of each new harmony. It's about having a few notes of each new harmony a little bit louder. So it's not about doing and then. That's not going to work very well, as you can hear. It's about a few notes. Instead of. Because if you have a few notes that are a little bit louder, it's like this feeling of excitement boiling that's going to decrease later on. So that's one of the secrets that you can use in order to create a very convincing tension and then less tension. Another secret to making it really convincing and really beautiful is to not forget that you need to support your right hand with your left hand. That means that whenever the right hand is playing a little bit louder, you want the left hand to support that. Because then it becomes really one whole, instead of just right hand doing something and left hand ignoring that, or left hand doing something totally different. When they work together, you get the best result. And the third and last secret I want to give you is decrease or dampen a little bit your physical movement of the hands. So that means that sometimes when you play loud or louder, you know that you will put more physical action into your playing. So you will press, your attack will be a little bit faster, a little bit heavier. You may move a little bit more your arm or your hand, because if you don't, then you will not produce the sound that you want. So you need to change something physically in order to play a little bit louder. The secret I wanted to give you was, whenever you decrease after that the sound, make sure that you observe that your hands also quiet down. That means that they get lower to the keyboard, for example, or that the movement is not really large, but you have like minimized movement. And in that way, you will be able to produce softer sound. Also, it will become easier to play. So make sure that you think not only of color as dynamic, but think also of your physical movement. What do you do with your hands when you produce different sorts of dynamics, be it forte, or in this case when you decrease into a soft piano dynamic. That's what I wanted to share with you in today's video, because I keep getting asked. Also, my students who are playing this piece are asking the same thing, and of course in the lessons I explain that. But for you out there who are playing the piece or want to play the piece, or now if you didn't know about the piece and you check it on Spotify or YouTube, maybe you want to buy the sheet music and experience what it is to play that piece, you probably will have similar questions. And since I get asked about it, I thought why not to share with you how you can phrase it. If you happen to have any other questions about this piece or any other piece, as always, feel free to let us know down in the comments below. For me, recording this video for you, as always, was a great pleasure. Thanks so much for being here watching the video. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel even if you don't want to, and we'll see you next week again.